What's good? Ramon Carter here with Gut Check, and today I want to talk to you guys about rolling away the stone. That's right, rolling away the stone. You know, this week on my Friday Night Live, I read an excerpt from my book Gut Check, the third chapter, entitled Heart, Head, Hand. That's right, heart, head, hand. And in it, I described the process in which your heart, your subconscious, or the seat of your emotions transmit images and thoughts to your conscious mind, your brain, your intellect, which have to be agreed with and synchronized so that you can have tangible results and hold them in your hand. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to be a little more illustrative with that today and do a little bit deeper dive. I want you guys to bear with me because I'm still working this social media thing out. So for all my Instagram and all my YouTube subscribers, if you go to the Facebook platform, type in Ramon Carter, RAHMAN Carter, and you'll be able to check out the lives until I get that stuff all synchronized between platforms. But the basic gist of this thing is that we each have a heart. The heart is your seat of your emotions. The heart is the fertile ground that you can grow anything. Anything you plant in your subconscious mind, it'll return to you in abundance, whether it's poison or whether it's great things, right? It'll return it to you. You know, out of the abundance of the heart, right? The mouth speaks. As a man thinketh in his heart, right? So is he. Because it's your subconscious mind. It's the place that the small, still voice begins to speak to you, right? But the trick is it's seeded and watered and fertilized and cared for by the conscious mind, the intellect. All right, that's a brain. That's a brain, right? Your intellect. Now, we're blessed to be the only species on the planet that has the power of intellect. That is the power to think, the power to reason, the power to create, the power to even create your world, right? And so the heart, your subconscious mind, and the brain, your intellect, your conscious mind have to work in synchronicity. They have to work in concert together. So what happens is that small, still voice, it starts to speak to you. It starts to talk to you about purpose, destiny. It starts to talk to you about passion and those things you would love to do. And it starts to emit those to your conscious mind, right? And in most cases, what happens is we block it. We just block it. We start to think about all the things we can't do. We start to be held up by, oh, I didn't get my education, or, oh, how am I going to be able to afford that, or how am I going to be able to do that, or where am I going to find the time to do that, or, you know, I'm not good enough to achieve that great stuff. And we begin to block those receptors. But not only does the conscious mind block it, it emits its own receptors back into the fertile ground of the subconscious mind, right? Like I said, the subconscious mind is fertile ground. You'll receive anything you plant in that. So when you plant doubt, when you plant fear, when you plant hopelessness, right? Then what you get is, I really can't draw, y'all. What you get is a hand with nothing, or you get a hand with something that you never really wanted. That's why you feel the way you do, discontented. That's why you have varying degrees of success. You know, things that you believe wholeheartedly in, that you're fearless about, you seem to be able to capture those things. But things that you're uncertain about, things that are new to you, things that are stretching you and pulling you, those are the things you don't receive. Those are the things you don't achieve because you plant that stuff in your subconscious mind, right? Now, how it works is, in order to roll away the stone, how it works is you take your heart, your subconscious mind, right? You have your brain here, your intellect. And how it works is the small, still voice, it speaks and begins to send those receptors to your conscious mind. This is where becoming a mastermind comes into play, because this is where you believe those things that be not as though they be. This is the time where even though your situation is contradictory to the truth that you believe in your heart, you still believe the greatness on the inside of you. You still believe you're going to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. You're setting goals. You're being successful because you're in pursuit of your worthy goals or your worthy ideals. And what happens is then you transmit, right? Because now your conscious mind is infected with that goodness, it transmits that goodness back. Now you're working in sync. Your subconscious mind and your intellectual mind are working in sync. And what that does for you is, it changes who you are. It begins to change who you are. Because when your subconscious mind and your intellectual mind are working in concert, you begin to see things that you didn't see before. Have you ever went shopping for a car and then you saw that car everywhere? Well, it isn't because that car is more popular now. It's because now you're looking for that. And when your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are in sync for the greatness and the things that you desire to do, you start to see opportunities that were always there. You start to make different choices, different decisions. Your habits start to change. And when that happens, then together they transmit into your hand. And all those things that you were seeking, all those things that you want, money, success, happiness, joy, peace, all those things become yours because your heart and your head are working in sync. Then you'll see the tangible things in your hand. That's what we talk about when we're talking about rolling away the stone. That's the traction that you need. That's when you begin to see a break, right, in the dark clouds, and that sunlight, that silver lining starts to shine through. But you have to be able to keep your heart and your conscious mind in sync. You have to be able to control the movie that you play on your mind so that it seeds your fertile ground of the subconscious mind and allows you to change your habits, allows you to change your things that you do. When you do that, then you start to make different decisions, make different choices. When you do that, then you start to have different results. When you start to have different results, then you're on the road to having the things that you desire. Then you'll begin to have traction. Then you'll begin to feel better. You'll be more hopeful. Then you'll be more peaceful. Then you'll be more joyous. And guess what? You'll continue to push down that path. You'll begin to press towards that prize of the high calling that God has placed, that the Creator has placed on your life. And you'll begin to roll that stone away and move towards becoming who you want to become. But this is the work. This is the beginning stages of the work. Before you take a class, before you take a business course, before you start outlining what you desire to do, you have to get your conscious mind, your subconscious mind in sync so that you'll start to have those tangible results that you seek. Listen, my name is Ramon Carter. I want to thank you for this time giving me this time with you guys. I hope that, this gave you a little bit more clarity about the subconscious mind and the conscious mind and how they work in synchronicity to be able to bring you tangible results in your life. Like I said before, get to the Facebook page, Ramon Carter, and that's on Facebook. You can catch the lives and catch yourself up on a few things. But as always, I'll leave you with these three thoughts. Think abundance, focus on growth, create. Never compete. Thanks, and God bless.